Okay, next, we are going to write a program that could record daily temperature for 10 locations in Malaysia. And the program shall create a linked list in which each node shall contain location, temperature, and a pointer. And the program also shall include the declaration of the temperature data and temperature node. And it also could display the content of the linked list, determine and display the location with the highest temperature, and define temperature average function that shall calculate and return the average temperature for all the location. Actually, this program is quite similar with the one that you have practiced in the example of linked list in flood. So, okay. So we start with writing the pre-header, which is stdio.h, stdlib. We might need to use this stdlib, and also we might need to use string.h. Okay, then we could define a constant variable, for example size, for the location, which is 10 location. And next we need to declare this structure, temperature data. Okay, so as user, okay, this is the template. Okay, as user, this record will contain the data. So what are the data that we might need to store in our record? Let us take a look into this some of this information, which is location. So shall we, okay, sorry, okay, we need to declare location. So let's assume that it's the location name. Okay, and then another one is temperature, should be in double temperature. Okay, so that is the things. And pointer, how about pointer? We need to declare a struct of this name, temperature node, in which we'll store the pointer. Okay, the practice now is we are separating the data with the pointer record. So the data that we should include here is of type temperature, which this is the struct, this is the nodes declaration. So this node declaration, it will be based on the data that is stored in this temperature data. So the data is of type temperature data. And next we need to declare a pointer of this type, in which this, let's name it as next. Okay, next we need to define our own data using type def. The data is of type struct node. And we name our own data. We are creating our own data of type temperature node, but somehow we just put the data type name as it's referring to the temperature node itself. So by writing this way means that we have declare our own data type called temperature node, and this temperature node contain everything that we had declared, which is data. And when we talk about data will hold two values, which is location and temperature, which is belong to temperature data. And also this one it's also will brings the pointer that has been declared within the nodes. Okay, so next let us start with the main part, in which we are going to declare our nodes, our first node. Okay, let's say our first node is of type this type. Okay, just copy of the type this type, and let's name it as front, for example. And let's set front. When we first create this front pointer, let's make it assign it into null, because at first it's not pointing to any other nodes. Okay, then we are going to get the value for the data for the data that for this record, which is for the location and temperature. So therefore, in order for us to get the value, we need to declare one variables. Okay, one variables. One node. You can say that what one variables of of this type. We name it as, let's say, input data. So to get the data, it seems that we need to work with more than one value. So we need to create this looping using the simplest one, which is for looping, and start with I equal to 1. Okay, and I less or equal to our constant value, which is size. Okay, and I plus, I plus plus. Okay, then start writing the statement to get the data, which is, okay, and enter the location. And it seems that this location is of type character, or in this case we make it into string. Then let's use gets, and using this input data variables. Input data is an instant belong to this struct. Okay, so we need to use the instant in order to access the location. Okay, that belong to temperature data. Okay, and then next we need to get the temperature. Just copy paste into the temperature. So we might need to give some instruction. So let's say Celsius, proper instruction, and we need to use scanf here. Same LF, which is double, right? And don't forget to put in percent and change this into temperature. Okay, then it seems that we are working with a string. We need to add one function called a plus. So therefore, when we do the looping one, it will consider, or we will consider the second and the next input. Okay, then once we finish writing this part, okay, we need to assign the value to the nodes, which our nodes to the node that we are trying to insert the data into the node, into the linked list nodes. So we need to declare another pointer as a node that we in which it will insert the value into its nodes. Okay, so it seems that we are going to put the values into this node. We need to register the memory allocation by using this template, in which we need to call the struct. So our node name is temperature node. Remember, using malloc function. Okay, and we need to put this in malloc function, and size of, and the structure itself, which is struct temperature. Okay, once we had done the registration, then we need to set the new node. We are trying to set the new node on the data part, because new node will consist of two parts, which is on data and also on the next pointer. So we assign all the data with the input data, in which input data contain these two value, which is location and temperature. Then a new node on the next pointer part, it should be null, because at the moment it is not connected to another nodes, but when it go through the next looping, it will be assigned to the another next data and next pointer. Then we need to check, we need to do some checking. If run equal to null, if the first node equal to null, then front will equal to, it will take the value of new node. If it is still null, then it will take the value of new node. Otherwise, okay, we set to new node on the next part to be equal to head, and set the front word, so front is equal to new node. Don't forget to put return 0. So we have done the first part. Sorry. But I had compiled, so there's error because to rectify this. So this, enter the location. Let's say what temperature. Oh, it's quite hot nowadays, right? Next location. And 3, let's see. Next location, Seberang Rai. And okay, next location, Seremban. Oops.